never felt so free, but I want to trust you so bad. I built me a home and now I'm at peace. You did what you did, now I'm a better me. Wish this was a dream, but it's reality. I finally realized you don't complete me.
That was perfect. That was perfect.
Oh gosh.
See, that's it. And then
Wait a minute. You see her like.
You saw the eyes closed? Yeah.
I was like, okay. I love it.
I think music is like a part of life, and like I feel like if you don't have music in your life, it's just, I don't know, like I'm always listening to music. It like calms me down. Like depending on what type of music it is, like I feel that emotion with music. So yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Maybe like in that space between Now I'm Better Off Alone, like in between there.
Okay.
All right.
I come in here during lunch. I'm in the studio. Like, I've been able to make beats that people actually want to buy in the studio with all this equipment and stuff. Like, it's actually, like, it's crazy how, like, privileged we are in our school to have this and all this. Like, it's crazy. And it's helped me a lot to become, like, who I want to be. Like, first, I just produced beats. Then I started producing them in here. And seeing all the auto-tune and stuff, I was like, I could do this. And so, like, it introduced me into new things.
There's something in this space that helps our students discover hidden gifts, and they feel celebrated and uplifted, and that helps create momentum that then they carry with them beyond the space. Being buried by your music, you want to fix that by mixing it, okay? Another way you can fix it is one idea I have here. It's called the intro option. So the intro idea, you can actually use your quote as an intro that plays before your beat drops. So you're going to say, darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. And then have the beat drop, boom. And that way, your voice is being really heard clearly in your project. It's not competing with or clashing against all the instruments. I grew up in a musical home. I took piano lessons from 3rd grade and ended up studying all the way through college. So I was kind of in this, all of a sudden in New York City, in this celebrity culture, but then sort of had a personal philosophical light bulb moment and really was longing for just stability and an ability to give back to community. I was living on South Street here in Philly, commuting back and forth to New York City, and I saw a flyer in the library down in South Philly that said, School District of Philadelphia is hiring music teachers. So my journey has been, from that point to this one, I've been still very active, making music professionally. I've still received professional contracts to sing, sometimes in houses of worship, sometimes in other settings. Been very blessed and fortunate to travel and still maintain my own artistry, but have given pretty much everything I've got to raising up the next generation of musicians. Hands, I saw some hands. I'm sorry I missed you. Are you okay, Mary? All right, so now you got your project up. Now you can open the stepper in Classroom that I just went over and just go step by step how to set up the track, how to prepare to record your MLK quote. You got it? All right. Questions, problems, issues? You're a hit maker. That's great. I like it. That sounds like an 80s, no, like a 90s jam. I love it. Like a pop sound.
Music is the reason that I'm alive. Music it's my escape and also me calling myself back home.
It really does help me like get how I feel about things out, like in a way that I don't think speaking about it or writing it down ever could, just because it has that musical aspect.
Music to me means, it's like a how do I say this? It's like a safe place for me. I don't know how to go deeper into that. It just feels like a safe place to me.
I know the fake from the real. Writing these songs trying to catch their appeal. Why they keep sleeping, perfecting the skill. My versatility and versatile kill. Early mornings trying to chase these meals. They don't really know how I feel. Stay isolated, trying to be the greatest. Ready for the shot, was born to take it. Can't walk a mile in my shoes. You didn't know, but these is different laces. Music got me traveling through places. Opportunity or not, I'ma make it. I ain't really focused on the hating. Open-minded, trying to stay creative. New ideas, pushing innovation. I'm the one that's pushing inspiration.
Hey, yes sir. Yes, sir.
All right, here we are, PHL.
Live in the airport.
Hill-Freedman, PHL, getting ready to hop on a Delta flight all the way to St. Paul, Minnesota.
When I found out I was going to Minnesota, I was excited because I knew I had something to bring to the table, and I knew I had an open mind, and I was able to be creative.
We were invited to take a trip out there with a group of kids, which we did. High School for Recording Arts has a charter school in inner city St. Paul, Minnesota that is built around a large recording studio. And they have a record label, and they do a lot of the same work, elevating student voice, student agency around the recording arts.
We started out as a recording arts school in 1998 and have had a student-run record label pretty much since then. And over time, we began to realize other people were doing similar work. So we were very, very intrigued with what was happening here at Hill-Freedman, and really just began to create a vision of what it might be to collaborate between our two programs.
What I've gotten out of this collaboration with Hill-Freedman is encouragement. I've recently been at a point where I was kind of discouraged from my music because of life circumstances. And while I'm here, like even last time when I was here, like just the energy, like you feel it, like it goes deep, and it's encouraged me and reminded me why it is I do what I do.
As soon as we met them, we just hit it off. We all instantly got into the studio, started making a bunch of music, some of our own tracks and some for this project, just to kind of like talk about the topics that we wanted to present in this music. And it was just a crazy experience. We've flown to Philly now twice, and we've been able to do shows with the Philly kids and like make friends, like genuinely befriend them.
I love the collab, like everybody just working together, coming together, putting our ideas out there without being afraid, because you know sometimes people be afraid to put out their own stuff and ideas with groups, but we all felt comfortable doing it.
And then like their studio is just a different type of like vibe. The studios is like huge, and like their live room is probably the size of our whole classroom right here.
Seeing them be so creative and seeing these students grow really too, like, but I think music to the students is everything. It brings them that joy, especially with us doing these type of things with them, getting them outside of the four walls and getting them to travel and see the world, like these real life experiences, and they know that music did that for them.
Yeah, that whole environment was different. Like, I feel like we all, it might sound corny, but I feel like we all upgraded like while we were there in our music.
Without further ado, I want to introduce to you for the first time on stage outside of HSRA, the collective. They're gonna come up with a name. But for the moment, the collective of Hill-Freedman and High School for Recording Arts.
That was definitely, so to speak, my time to shine, like really rock out. Cause that's also another thing I've been like dreaming of since I started making music, was doing my own performance. So again, I didn't expect to be at a stage like that, but the fact I got the opportunity, period. And I think I did pretty good too. We all did pretty good. So the fact I was able to pop out like that and really like do our thing, cause it's not just me, do our thing was cool.
Seeing them perform, like all of them I loved it. But my best friend, he was also in it. I was very happy to see him on the stage. I was actually like almost on the verge of tears to see him up there. Because because we've been talking about doing this type of thing since like 9th grade, and like yeah, seeing them up there, I had so much joy.
This is my city, feel like, put the gun down, feel like, stop the violence now, everybody sing with me right now. Come on, come on, come on, yeah, 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 this is my city.
I feel like that's what really defined the whole trip, the whole collaboration. Like all of us being on that one song, I feel like that just defined the whole trip right there. Like it was just so musically inclined, and it had us all interacting with each other in different ways that we didn't even expect. I feel like that song was meant to happen, you know, between us. Even though it's named Philly, it's like it shows the difference in the comparisons from Philly to Minnesota, Minneapolis, and you know, it's just they all just one thing, you know.
Music with young people in particular is something that I believe the creation process is extremely therapeutic. It's where they can find their voice. It's where they can develop a greater sense of self. Music is a powerful tool for literacy. Music is a powerful tool to evoke critical conversations that otherwise may be more challenging for particular student bodies or student audiences to have. That music has a way of creating that space to have conversations about emotions, conversations about some of the things that actually may be barriers to learning. So music, to me, helps create, set, and execute the stage.
Music has influenced my life. If it wasn't for music, I wouldn't be who I am. Like, literally, how I was just saying, music is my lifeline. Like, it's my everyday life. There's not a day goes by that I don't listen to music. You feel me? Like, it's brought me patience. It's brought me awareness. It's giving me drives to pursue my talent. It's just like I've become aware of and like unearthly connection.
I think art is important to have in school because students need an outlet where they can genuinely feel like they can express themselves. I think everything's kind of graded in public schools a lot of the time, and you can feel like you're just part of this system where you're like a number to them. It's like, okay, I am this grade, I am this 25 out of 100 on a test, but you're not. You're definitely not. And being able to express your art in school is beyond just the choir class where they teach you and they give you marks for that still. I think students should be able to create art in school and have no real basis other than, hey, is this true to you? Is this like, are you giving it your all? And that's what they should be graded on in at least one class of their day.
Art is so crucial to how people express themselves and who people are. I couldn't even imagine like being at a school where they're like, you know what, we're just gonna cut this art program. That just can't happen. That like genuinely, they need to write a law or something. Like that cannot happen.
I say humans are very creative in general, and so you'll find their creativity through different things. And having the traditional arts like drawing, music, and things like that is one of the most easiest ways to give children that outlet. It's important to have because otherwise, you're bottling up creativity and just creating more robots for society, quote unquote. So that's like extremely important to let that flourish in a sense.
There's still this sense that traditional education, even though it hasn't changed in 150 years, should still be the basic approach. We know that doesn't work for every young person. That works for some, but it doesn't work for all. And what we're talking about is that if we really want to be equitable, if we really want to recognize that education is not a one-size-fits-all proposition, and that programs like this can really make a difference and have a social and economic impact on young people and communities, that's really the best case to be able to sustain programs like ours.
Even though it might be seen as like an extracurricular, it's deeper for a lot of people. There's a big handful of people who really use this as an escape, you know, from all the schoolwork, from all the stress that they're going through. And for me, while I was in school, it definitely helped me regulate my whole mood during 10th grade. But overall, I feel like it definitely helps push towards a more positive structure for schools.
A lot of schools don't really have a music program or a place to hone any type of talent somebody might have. So the fact that we have at least one outlet is amazing, for real.
I feel like Hill-Freedman is a great place to go. Like, I went here strictly for the music, so I really can't complain. Like, I didn't got a lot out of the music. Connecticut, HBO documentaries, I performed. I opened up for Black Dog, so it was great to me. Like, you ask me, Hill-Freedman is an amazing place to be.
Music is like meditation to the mind. Like, I take this seriously. And I've been doing music since I was young, more so like making beats and stuff. Like, but then I've recently started getting into rapping and stuff, and I think music moves people. So like, I take it serious. If I were to like blow up off of it, I would definitely push the message like, don't do music because you want to be famous. Do it because it means something to you and it can move people.
I'm very fortunate to be in a school where so many of my students are able to maintain an authentic connection to music through their family, through their own personal life, their family, their community, their house of worship, and we're able to all share that together. And so, you know, it becomes a natural outgrowth of that it becomes a way for student voice to be amplified, to be heard.
Back in the wild, spit it and kill it when I rip it, you feel it and now you kill it, we can seal it on. Cause I'ma tell you one time, and if you don't listen, you gon' see competition in this round. Give it a beat, the A with the C, the K, I'm working IT, but I got some space. Show 'em where you're going, so I'm knowing if you don't get a little too close, and I'ma say you don't like me, I'm already knowing. See, we got you jealous, it's already showing. I hop on the flight, I don't care where we're going. Always outside, I feel like I'm exploring. Gotta let me in, and I guess I'm just touring. I bust up the bottom, cause you know we're born. Jump in the party, you got it snarling. I swear when you're running it.